There's a lot more to Sonny's Go Direct Advantage program than just the AutoCAD department, and I invite you to visit us at sonnysdirect.com/GoDirect to read all about the 10 promises it includes. Each year we help hundreds of car wash operators get up and running in record time, and we have refined the process and documentation so that every detail is addressed to avoid any potential delays in the field. Sonny's will be with you every step of the way, from pre-construction meetings, inspections, installation, startup, even in-factory training for our own equipment. Our goal is to make car washing easy.
They have a complete warehouse, they have a complete facility. They're good people, they're good folks, and they will do every effort they can to get what you need timely and have it arrive when they say it will.
Any parts or equipment or things that we need, I mean, the fact that we're able to pick up the phone one day and the next day they're being dropped off here, I mean, that's key, and I've not found that kind of service anywhere else.
The last stage of Go Direct is our Go Direct Assurance program, which includes everything we do to make operating your car wash easy after you open your business. Go Direct Assurance includes everything from equipment swap-out policies to 24-hour emergency assistance. But it really starts with making sure we deliver to you durable, reliable car wash equipment that's easy to maintain and highly efficient, and delivers a remarkable, clean, dry, shiny car. Come on, let's go take a look. One of the principal pieces in the car wash equipment is the conveyor. Our conveyors have been built on the same fixtures and jigs for the last 15 years. We do this so that we have the same consistent quality. And all of our conveyors that we've built from the past to today have parts that are interchangeable. So we can help to retrofit on old conveyors to today's newest technology. We have the material brought in, cut the size, stage ready to go. Then the welders take them, put them on a fixture, and they work together to weld everything in the same unison so they get the same piece, same quality every time. Here we are over here in the sawing department. In this area here we've got a couple of CNC saws. We load the material in, set the program so it cuts them the right length, feeds automatically. Optimal efficiency, precise saw cutting, the right size. One operator can run multiple saws and clean the materials, fill the bins, load a piece, go to the next saw, and keep the process going. This is how we keep it going and keep the price down. Here we are in the robotic welding area where we actually use a robot to do a lot of the welding of our small components, rollers, H-frames, small steel parts. The beauty is, while the robot's working, the operator's over there loading the other side. The machine's much faster and much more precise. Every item and pin gets set into what we call a go-no-go gauge to make sure that it's the right size from the machine shop. And then when it's done, it goes into a gauge to make sure that it was welded properly. This ensures that we give you first quality parts the first time. Here we are in one of our CNC machining center areas. In this area here, we've got 3 CNC machines and 1 CNC machine operator. It's set up in a little triangle so you can manage the 3 machines all at the same time. Each machine set up with its work order. They got a job ticket. They got the instructions on how to machine it. And they're loading parts in there by bar stock, and the machine's turning out rollers one after another. This machine doing rollers on this side. This machine over here building small plastic components that we use on some of our equipment. And on the other machine, we're machining some steel parts. This is the most efficient way that we've done this, to get one operator to run multiple machines and be able to be the most efficient to provide quality parts. Every job has a work order, every job has a tolerance to be checked to, and that's what he does. He puts a bar in, checks quality, and continues to go. Another bar, checks quality, another bar, and he goes. And that's the way this little area works. One of the things that really helps at the machining center is to have a tool cart like this here with all the tools ready to go set up each job. Setup time, breakdown time is usually the most costly, so we've got carts set up, we've got machines set up to run multiple jobs, and all the tools are there for each job. The faster we can do the changeover, the more productive we can be. In the middle over here, he's working on setting up another machine that'll run multiple parts and multiple jobs at the same time. One of our newest machining centers. In the center we have over 12 CNC machines. The most productive way to keep them working and making money is to keep them working and change those jobs over real quick all the time. All right, here we are on the aluminum welding side. We've got 8 aluminum welding booths. Every booth is set up the same way so that any one of the welders can go from job to job real easily. We build in production runs. You can see they'll sit here. They're going to build as many items as we sold last week. Every time we sell items, they leave the building, we get a ticket to replace, and we do it on a replenishment program. Basically, it's like a keep full. They take pieces off the shelf, they build them, send them to you, And the guys in here in the welding department will grab the parts, get a work order, and they'll build replacement parts to go on the shelf ready for assembly. Kind of neat how they do it, but every cell's the same. And then on this side here, you'll see all their parts are in order, in bins, and they're done in a Kanban system. They just basically work as a keep full program. The way the shop is set up, all the material that gets machined in the CNC shop and in the saws gets cut, machined, mold gets put in it, and it gets set here in the rack ready for the welders. All this stuff here is loaded up. There's different part numbers and different sections that they have. Down here we've got also machine parts, machine plates that have already been cut, machined, drilled, and they're loaded up in their shelves based by part number. Every welder gets a job ticket. On that job ticket's got a list of equipment we want them to build. When they get that, they got a bill of materials to go with it. They'll come collect their parts, bring them to the cell. If they're building 5 machines, they'll collect parts from 5 machines. And the whole wall on this side is set up to service these booths. The other side of the wall is there to service the other half. We're going to go around the corner, we'll take a look at the steel welding, and they're set up exactly the same way. On this side here, aluminum welding weld, and they take it right down to the wash area. We'll see in the steel area, we weld it and send it down to the paint booth to get it ready for painting. In this area, we're in the steel welding area. We've got some booths down here for rollers, for other OEMs, lower quantities that get done on a fixture and a jig. In this area here, stainless steel arms for the wraparounds, all cut to size, again, welding to replace what we shipped out last week. So they're always doing a replenishment program. There's always enough equipment on the floor to build 10 tunnels. There's always at least 6 or 8 tunnels on the floor ready to ship. As you look down the road, their steel welding booths are in a run. All their parts are Kanban in this area are in baskets. At the other end is the paint booth, because most of our steel components get painted. We're going to take a walk down there and take a look at that next. Down here at the end of the steel welding area, we've got the paint booth. The paint booth is set up so it can paint pan vacuum cleaners, yellow conveyor parts, the blue conveyor sections that you see here, and the booth is there. So the material flow is such that they machine them, cut the material, machine the material, weld the material, put it in the paint booth, and then send it back out to assembly. The whole idea is to keep the flow going in a linear line so there's no wasted movement. And the paint booth you can see is set up for all the different materials. We also do galvanizing. On the far side you'll see conveyor stacked up that's not painted. That's set up waiting to go to the galvanizer. In the aluminum side we also offer powder coating. We'll see that as we walk through the assembly area. And this area here is just like the paint booth. This is the wash area. All the aluminum and stainless steel equipment that gets made comes down here and has to go through a washing process. We wash it to get rid of the flash and the burn from the carbon on the welding, and we do it to make it so it's cleaner and brighter, ready to assemble, so when we get done it's ready to ship to you. The other way we stay competitive is by having our own dies made at multiple mills. So the dies for our aluminum extrusions that we have for our Quad-X, we have 2 dies made, we have 2 different mills. They both compete for price, and we're able to shop based on our best value and best quality. We own dies for a lot of different pieces, extrusions for hub skins, small components, small parts, anything that we use multiple of. Instead of welding 3 pieces together, we'll go to the factory, we'll look at it, engineer a die that'll save us a lot of steps in fabrication, and have it delivered to us, not only extruded, but as you see here, cut to size. So we have no waste. When it comes out of the mill and gets delivered to us, it's already cut to size. We're not paying for that 2 foot of scrap that we can't use. We only pay for what we use. And that's how we keep your costs down.